Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I am one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me as always, Matthew Pelton.
Hello, Nicholas Warner.
All right, I'm going to start the show by saying that I'm struggling a little bit right now.
Yeah, I'm worried about you over there.
We talked about it briefly before the show, but I had a Celsius before recording today, and the caffeine, for some reason, has not gone away, and I'm struggling right now.
I've seen your Celsius intake firsthand. It's a scary thing.
My heart's racing.
You've become a different man.
Yeah. All of that aside, I will say we have a very special guest today in the studio. It's Pelton's guest, and we're very excited to have her on. Ruby Brooks, welcome to the show.
Hey, you guys.
This is very, very...
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for coming on, yeah.
Yeah, how are you doing? How's things?
Well, I'm good. I have to say, I have to start with an apology. The movie we're talking about today, I do not remember it being that long. It was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I'll say this. I know you mentioned it briefly before the show, but I kind of had a similar experience where I was like an hour and 20 minutes in.
What's going on?
And that's usually where the movies we cover on the show end.
Yeah.
And I was like,
hour 20 max
we're
on the
like
show.
Halfway done at this point.
Oh, yeah, buckle up.
This is rough.
I will say I'm very used to an hour 30, and last night you sent me a picture of just like the Google Images runtime, and it was 2:30. And I was
shocked.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
It was tough. Although, got through it. And to kind of give away the movie we're talking about today to the audience so they're not in the dark. Today we're talking about the 2005 movie, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Probably the longest title we've ever had on the show. Along with the longest runtime we've ever had.
Did I get the record? Is it the longest?
100%.
Oh, easily.
Great.
And if we could go long on this show, it'd probably have to be the longest episode we've ever recorded.
Because there's so much. I remember watching this and being like, Nick, good luck with the plot.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? I think it kind of has the opposite effect because the shortest movie we've ever covered on this show was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
it was an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So about half the length of this movie. And I had just about double the amount of notes for that movie than this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
What happened?
I don't know. For that movie, I was like, there's no plot, so I'm going to write everything that happens. This one, I was like, there's so much plot.
There's too much.
That I'm going to wait 45 minutes before I write a note.
Yeah.
So I have a very brief description.
Listen, there's a reason you waited 45 minutes before you do anything. We'll get into that, but...
Okay, Ruby. Now, because you're our guest, I want to start with you with childhood stories. Do you have any sort of nostalgia for this movie? And if not, why did you pick this movie for this show, aside from it being a record-breaking performance?
Yeah. Well, I think I was thinking about that when I was watching it and thinking about how long it was. And I think that in my household growing up, it was like the ideal rainy day movie or like snowy day movie, right?
1,000%.
There's a snow day. We have way too much time on our hands. Let's just put it on, you know? And I loved it. I always I remember when I was younger, I was just like super into it for one reason or another. I think there's something, even watching it as like a now adult, like very magical about it. And I really enjoy the sibling dynamic felt very grounded with the characters. So I don't know, I was just super into it as a kid and it was my go-to movie to put on, you know?
Okay.
I totally agree with the rainy day.
It's
movie.
because it's 2.5 hours.
Just put it on. Yeah.
Time to
I don't
kill.
know. I feel like that the part in the beginning when they're in the house right before they get Lucy goes into the wardrobe.
Yeah.
That to me feels like when they were just kind of figuring out what to do, like what games to play.
Yeah.
That was
It's a rainy day kind of thing to do.
Yeah.
That is true.
It definitely brought me back. And every time I've watched it since as a kid, since I was a kid, I was like, oh yeah, no, that's a rainy day. That specific scene, but then the rest of the movie.
It is very much like we have nothing to do today. What should we do? Oh, we'll put on Chronicles of Narnia.
And then not watch
I'll see
the
you in
others.
7
How many
hours.
are there?
3?
And then they stopped?
4?
Did they finish the series?
No, I don't think
that's
they
what
did.
I thought.
Yeah,
It was like
there's
a
more
Percy
books
Jackson
than
thing, right?
movies,
They started and they were like, nah, we're good.
Did you see did you see that Greta Gerwig just got picked up to remake them?
What?
She's doing a deal.
Are you
Ruby told me
serious?
this a
Yeah.
couple days ago.
This
we
is
were
news
just
to me.
talking
This is
about
the
that.
best part of my day. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
So I mean, I don't know
That's
if she's going to
incredible.
do all of them or what that's even going to look like.
I hope she does all of
it's
them
happening.
just
In one.
Is she going to redo them? Like she's redoing
all of them
this
in
one?
2.5
one
hours
movie.
instead of just one.
It's a 9-hour epic.
She would, if anybody would.
Yeah, 100%.
Is Margot Robbie going to start?
Yeah,
Yes.
Margot Robbie.
She's playing the little kid. Is her name Lucy or
No,
something?
she's playing Edmund.
She's playing the lion, dude. Are you kidding me?
Aslan?
Yeah, Aslan.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be great. I'm actually I'm looking forward to that.
When that one comes out, we'll cover it on the show. Welcome back.
Bring it back.
Do the new Narnia. Yes.
We're gonna get Greta on the show. She's pretty accessible.
Yeah,
right?
we can easily get her. Yeah, please.
Yes. Okay, Pelton.
Yes.
Talk to me.
Yes, Nick.
Have you seen this movie as a kid? What's your?
Okay.
Is this another one where you are first seeing?
No. I have a weird thing with this movie. Is before watching
You just love it too much.
in a way, you'll see. So before watching the movie this morning, my only recollection of this movie is, do you remember when like you would go to a mall and the Best Buys would have like the big like HD TVs, on display, and they'd be showing movies?
Yeah.
They would show this.
Oh, really?
Did you watch this?
I think I watched this whole movie
like
in
a
a Best Buy in a mall. That's my only memory of this movie.
You sat in that Best Buy for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, we are not leaving this Best Buy. I didn't know what happens.
My memory of those is the best sound quality that comes from them is never matches with the best picture. Yeah. So if you're watching the movie on like the best TV, this audio is coming from awful. Like 20 miles down the road. It is. That's great. So did you only watch it once in a Best Buy?
I don't know.
Never watched it again?
Well, this is where it gets confusing. Okay, so before the show, I don't do it every time I should, but I always call my dad because we used to watch movies all the time together. If it was in a theater, we watched it. And I was like, hey, do you have any memory of this movie? And he was like, yes.
This is incredible.
Which means we've seen it together, but I only remember it from a Best Buy mall.
Wow.
So that means I've seen this movie multiple times, have no memory of it.
Yeah.
And then it gets even weirder.
Okay.
So I watched the movie this morning, and all these memories come flooding back because I was in love with the older sister of this movie.
Okay, I actually have to talk about this.
Oh my God.
Well, because I remember that you said, I think it was in the one of the other episodes that like Carmen from Spy Kids was like your first crush.
Yeah.
Was that you or was that me?
Probably both.
Somebody said that. Somebody was in love with
me.
Carmen, and I have to tell you, me with Edmund, like that was my first like movie crush. Yeah, I'm like 7, and I'm like totally in love with that kid.
See, I was going for the sister.
Yeah.
All right.
And I remember like a little kid, I was like 6, and I'm like, yep, that's my future wife. Done.
Yeah,
that was easy.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
She knows who I am.
Oh
He's
my
successful.
God.
Let's get on the show.
That's crazy. So did you get like a fold out like camping chair and just like sit in front of it and just like buy popcorn? And
1,000%.
Go
The
back
best part is like,
into
we're closing. I'm like, you're only halfway through. You're not going anywhere. I'm finishing this movie.
That's awesome. And then you just like, and then you bought the TV and you were just like assuming that movie came with it.
It came with it, and I was pissed.
That's the only thing that was on this
and it
television.
didn't play immediately.
That's awesome.
So I don't know what's going on with this movie. I don't know how many times I've seen it.
Fair enough.
I know I found my future wife in it.
Yeah.
Who I'm still in love with. I don't know what's going on.
That's great. For me, I to this day like this is one of the DVDs because I know I mentioned it several times on the show that I have the DVD or the VHS of whatever movie we're covering, but for whatever reason, it's always lost. It's always gone forever. Like I never, because my family just like never kept track of DVDs. They were just always missing. But
this the wardrobe.
This was one of them that like I bet you I can go home today and still find it. Like it's always been around.
Oh, it's there.
I've seen it dozens of times camping. I've seen it dozens of times on the car trips like to Pittsburgh for Christmas to see my family. I've seen this movie like an unprecedented amount of times.
Really? I didn't know that.
So many times. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this is a big one for all of us.
Yeah. Although the one thing we've mentioned it, but the one thing that I forgot was its runtime. Because like I think you said it before the show, Ruby, that like you don't know what you can cut out of the movie.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, it's too long, but I don't know what they could have cut. Like I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know, because everything felt important at the end, but it just took a really long time to get there.
Yeah. But like every single part was so nostalgic for me that I was like, yeah, this makes sense. But I don't know. It took me a hot second to get through it. I had to keep pausing and coming back.
Yeah.
Not to its demise. Like not that it was a bad thing. It's just I'm just not used to longer movies.
Totally.
Just because of this show. Yeah.
It's definitely like it was. I feel like it was made for the theater. Like it was made to like watch it in a theater and like
in a Best
Buy. It's hard to watch
it.
TV.
Surround sound 30 feet away. I agree because it's also like one of those things where it's like Lord of the Rings. It's like the massive battle scene.
And the music even felt sort of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I guess we can move right into the production of this movie. I mentioned briefly before the show that this movie had a connection to a movie that we might be covering in the very near future.
Right?
Yeah. Spoiler alert, we're covering this movie next week. Pan's Labyrinth. So,
which I've I can't say if I've seen it or not. That didn't happen.
Right out of the gate, I want to just make that connection just so we can...
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, so initially...
Is My Girl in Pan's Labyrinth?
No,
I'm
no,
gonna freak out.
That would be crazy.
We're watching that movie tonight.
Back to back, yeah. Guillermo del Toro, who directed Pan's Labyrinth, was offered to direct this film, but had to turn it down due to his prior commitments to Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh.
So
No way.
Yeah. So in the middle of kind of the, I guess, pre-production on Pan's Labyrinth, he was offered to direct this movie. So my assumption is that they're coming out at the same time. We'll find that out more next week. Stay tuned for that.
Dude,
but I wanted to get that out of the way.
Could you imagine this movie directed by Guillermo del Toro? That'd be
Best Picture?
crazy.
And
That'd be the most scarring thing ever.
Instead, he did the scariest movie of all time. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm so nervous about that. This movie ended up being directed by a guy named Andrew Adamson.
Classic.
Do
We all know him.
You
We
know
all
who
love
that
him.
is?
Am I supposed to actually know who that is? 'Cause I have
Well,
no
he's
idea
the
who that
director of a very, very famous movie.
is.
Oh, really?
First ever animated feature winner at the Oscar. Do you know the movie?
Oh. Wait.
It's
Wait a minute.
Movie about a swamp and an ogre.
Kermit Swamp Ears. Oh,
No.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek?
He's the director of Shrek.
Is he really?
What?
Yes, the director of Shrek directed
No
this movie.
way.
Yeah.
I love it. There's no consistent style between these two movies.
And
The versatility.
to further link it to this show, he was also the VFX supervisor on Batman and Robin.
What is going on?
This guy
This
is
is
just
an amazing
all
career.
over the place. Yeah, it's
He's done
incredible.
the most dramatically different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And because of his Oscar win for Shrek, they, for whatever reason, decided to reach out to this guy
for this
movie.
because of Shrek. This
Yes.
is his next
This
movie.
was the reason that he got the job offers, because he won an Oscar for Shrek.
Wow.
I don't know if it's because they invented a category and he was the first to ever win it, but it's still the facts.
Still,
It's crazy.
So he won Oscar,
It's
then
the
to
facts.
Narnia.
It's just the facts.
It's how it
the
is.
facts.
This is, I'm telling you, Wikipedia will never lie to me. Yeah. So the cinematography in this movie was done by Donald McAlpine. I always
Okay.
struggle with names on the show, and I know
McAlpine?
No, I think it might just be the caffeine.
I'm gonna say
and
Donald's not a tough name.
Donald
Nick.
McAlpine is not a tough name.
No.
For whatever reason, in my brain, I struggled to get through that.
Yeah.
He was also the DP of Mrs. Doubtfire and the
Okay.
Wolverine origin story, the
Oh, X-Men Origins Wolverine, yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Let's pretend I didn't know the title of that immediately. Can we pretend I'm not a giant nerd? I'm X-Men Origins Wolverine, you mean?
Yeah, right. I was worried that no one was going to actually know what that was, so I was just like, the Wolverine
The
origin
Wolverine
story.
movie.
Yeah. I'm glad you know. The score for this film was done by Harry Gregson Williams.
Who?
If
Is that two people or is that one person?
one person, but you should know who this is.
I should.
Because
That
he
means they've
also
been on
did the
show.
score for Spy Kids, Flushed Away,
What?
Shrek, and Chicken Run.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 Greenlit episodes and
Oh my
maybe possibly
God.
2 future Greenlit episodes.
And
This
you
man's
did
out
a
of
great
control.
job. The
Yeah.
music was great.
Crazy.
I will
This
say
guy,
the music in this does
was
kind
awesome.
of go
Yeah.
hard. It goes really hard.
This guy, in doing research on this guy, he comes up a lot. He's done a lot. He's like the guy who did 80 for Brady. Like, he's come up so many times
so
on
many
the
times
show.
on this show.
This guy is our
He's a Greenlit
second
legend.
most. Exactly. Hey, no spoilers. Yes, this movie had a $180 million budget,
Oof.
which is quite a lot.
Wow.
Whoa.
But
180
it might
mil?
be the highest grossing movie that we've ever covered on this show.
Really?
It grossed $745 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh
now,
my God. Well, also didn't Chicken Little make $2 billion?
pretty
sure
it was
that
closer
happened.
to $3 billion, but
Oh, it was like
it depends on who
2.8
you
or
ask.
something. Yeah. Well, with inflation,
It was
gets
in the
complicated.
re-release, you know.
Yeah,
It's just-
exactly. Yeah, you get it.
Exactly. And this movie was nominated and won for plenty of awards, but the one that we love to talk about is the Oscars. It won an Oscar for Best Makeup, which
Oh
is
wow,
pretty cool.
That's
That
cool.
is
Before,
cool.
I think
Yeah.
they changed the category to hair and makeup, but this was back in the day when
Yeah.
hair
just
was not
makeup.
included.
Hair
This is
was not,
2005,
yeah,
yeah.
didn't exist. Yeah,
We
exactly.
don't recognize hair here.
Right. Principal photography for this film took place in late June 2004, and the film was shot mostly in order due to the actors
Oh.
being so young, and the director
Ah.
wanted to reflect their real life development, which
Oh,
I thought was
wow,
pretty
that's
neat.
kind of cool.
So if you like cut from, because I actually ended up doing this once I found this out. If you go from like the first scene of them to the
Yeah.
last scene of them, you can clearly tell that like it's been some
They
time.
look older?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
that is
That
kind of
is
cool.
so cool.
Don't you see
Yeah.
the last scene them when they're 40?
No, when
not that.
they come back
I'm like,
out.
Nick, how long did it take them to make this movie, dude?
This film is actually still in production as we speak. It's coming out in 6 years, and they also switched directors to Greta Gerwig. It's same actors though. No, but this movie, So this movie was the most sold DVD of 2006.
Ooh, wow,
pretty cool. And it beat out The Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter.
Whoa,
no
yeah,
way.
Really?
And by
impressive.
2008, it had sold $353 million worth of DVDs.
Wow,
So
just
arguably
DVDs.
crossed over $1 billion.
It crossed $1 billion.
That's wild. Well, then, okay, wait, I'm confused. Because there are 3 or 4 of these movies, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did not do all the books.
Right.
No.
And I assume they didn't do all the books. I didn't look into it because that's usually Nick's job. But I assume they didn't do all the books because the last couple movies just didn't do financially well enough.
Yeah.
But what happened?
You think so?
I don't
They
know.
theoretically crossed
Well,
$1 billion in the first one?
I
Yeah.
actually haven't seen all the movies. Like
Neither
when I
have
was
I.
younger, I
haven't
just
either.
liked
Yeah.
that first one.
It was the
Yeah,
first and
but
second,
it's
and then
a
I gave
thing.
up.
I've seen photos from the third one, and they're way too old.
Yeah.
Like I think that
Oh,
that also
really?
could have been it. I don't
It's-
know.
It's
Yeah,
the
they
charm
grow-
of
they grow
having
too
really
quick.
good kid
Children,
actors.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's true. So
Um,
with Harry Potter, you get away with it because they're meant to grow
There's
up.
some meant to grow up. Yeah.
But in this one, it's kind of like you're clearly not 7. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on
yeah.
now, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
bad. Crossed $1 billion,
well, I don't know. I don't
man.
know if that's the reason. I'm
It's
just
crazy.
Well, true, yeah.
I'm
but
brainstorming here.
Something must have happened. If
Right.
the first movie's doing $1 billion and all of a sudden they stop making them, like
Yeah.
Although I feel like that's happened for me a couple times where like the Maze
You've
Runner
made $1 billion.
series- Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I have a couple billion in the bank, but I just didn't choose to make another one. No, but like the Maze Runner series, I just never watched the third movie. Like it's just like a couple of
I
these
guess
like
that's true.
giant like epics
Yeah.
of movies where they make 3 or 4 that are based on
You
books. I
tap
just
out.
for whatever reason just stopped watching them. And I don't know if it's just because when I was a kid I was quote unquote like too old. I was just like, I don't want to
Yeah, you're
watch
too
this
cool.
anymore. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
too cool. And obviously I grew out of that phase, became a loser. But no, I'm just kidding.
Your words, man. Your words.
I'm just kidding. But no, it's like these big franchises that like I just kind of gave up.
Yeah, I guess
after
that's
all of
true.
them. And I would say the same with Percy Jackson, but they just
They only
gave
did
up.
2 anyway.
Yeah,
it
they
wasn't me
just
that gave
gave
up.
up.
It was the studio.
Yeah, because I only
Um,
watched the first 2 Hunger Games. I think of 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
There's 4 of
that's
those
not
things.
right though, because the Hunger Games are good.
it's Maddie's
All right,
favorite
all
movie.
right, all
You need
right.
to- yeah,
Take it easy.
So it's funny that you say that because Maddie and I are currently watching all of the Hunger Games for
In
the
prep?
new movie.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
The new
going
one.
to see it
When are you seeing it? On
2 weeks
opening
from now.
night? Oh, okay.
on
okay.
Saturday of
You're like,
opening
what seat?
weekend.
Okay.
What seat
Well,
are you?
because
No,
I'm
in
going
Florida.
opening night. I'm
going
into it.
to AMC Disney
Oh.
Springs.
Oh, that's
is it
awesome.
next week, that movie?
It comes out
Yeah.
next weekend.
I did not
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
that.
Next Friday,
So-
be there.
Done. Consider it done.
New Hunger Games movie.
It's Maddie's favorite movies of all time. And like,
Wow,
it's her
the
top
first
4,
one?
Yeah.
all 4 of them in order. Like,
That and then
I
In
think
order.
it's. I think
G-Force?
hers are
The second
the
one's the
third
best
one. I think hers is 3, 4, 2, 1. But
Ooh.
after watching the first 3, because we haven't finished all of them, we've
Yeah.
seen 3 of them. I think her order switched from 3, 4, 1, 2.
She put
Choose
2
the
last?
least favorite.
Yeah, and I agree.
What?
I think my favorite is the first one, but I think that 2 because of how it's almost like a copy paste of the first one that I was just like, nah, I don't
That's
know.
fair. I've heard the first 2 are the best.
Yeah,
that was my opinion.
yeah.
on
It,
it.
depending on who you talk to. I know this isn't an episode about the Hunger Games,
We
but
totally switched
I
topics.
know, we fully derailed it.
we could just talk about those
Hunger
movies.
Games.
They're about the same. Like, no, yeah, but I'm quite excited to see those. And yeah, Maddie,
Yeah.
if you're listening, that's a nice little segment for Maddie.
I will not be seeing them at all.
Yes. So the lion in this film, named Aslan, is obviously
That's his name.
CGI. Yeah.
I just want to call him
Um,
like Alakazam. I forget.
We can absolutely call him Alakazam.
Can we
for
please?
the
It's a
sake
much
of this
better
movie.
name.
I will gladly do that.
Done. Okay, so Alakazam.
But the interesting thing is that it took. You're gonna find this crazy. 10 hours to render each individual frame for him, and his character included 5.2 million individual hairs. Now, I say that that's crazy because we've had to deal with like rendering issues,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that's just for like very minor
Very
projects.
small
Yeah,
level.
not
Yeah.
this guy's in a lot of the movie.
Oh my
This is a lot. This is a big portion.
10 hours
I mean,
per frame.
I was gonna say that though. Is it looked good?
Yeah,
looks
no,
He looked
looks great.
really
He looks
good.
really
For that
good.
time,
I was
absolutely.
gonna say, yeah, it was like 2005. I don't know how
Yeah.
it's gonna hold up. The lion looked
fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah, I was stunned at how good the line looks.
I mean-
to be honest. especially compared to like some of the other stuff in the movie does not hold up at all.
Yes.
No, yeah,
and
no,
the
no.
line looks like remarkable. I
Yeah.
was stunned. 10
It-
hours.
it-
That's insane.
That is
It's
ridiculous.
crazy that it's like a guy's like job. So specific, like he clocks in and just sits there and watches it render for his entire day, and then clocks out and comes back every day.
You know what?
For every
dream
frame.
job.
Yeah,
I
it's kinda
totally
dream
do
job.
that.
Just kick back, listen to some
hang
music.
out, listen to some I Can't Believe It's Got Greenlit.
Exactly. And then if it shuts down, he's like, well, I quit.
Also,
That must be
I want
painful.
you to know, I thought you were about to say, hey, this is crazy. It took 10 hours to get the line and makeup and hair. I'm like, Nick, don't you dare do that to me right now.
That would have been arguably way cooler.
They got Alakazam in real life.
Alakazam.
It's a real guy.
You know what we're calling him? Okay.
Already forget his real
Yeah,
name.
Alexander the Great. I don't know. Something like that. And yeah, my last note on production is that apparently, again, Wikipedia notes, so I don't actually know how true this is.
Alleged.
Allegedly. The adults on set would swear so much that the actress who played Lucy set up a swear jar with James McAvoy being the worst offender.
No
James,
way.
really?
Boy.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah. So even the kids would have to, like, if they swore on set, they
They
have
had
to
to put
pay
it in a
for
swear jar?
I don't know what the money went to, but apparently it
the
was
lion,
set up.
probably.
The lion.
The lion
Yeah.
They
CGI
paid the guy
team.
who sat there to watch the
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I have for production. It's nothing super exciting, but also some greenlit players
kinda
here
cool
and there.
stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool stuff.
But it seemed like it ran pretty smooth. No like giant hiccups or
nothing
anything.
crazy. I would be curious to see how the rest of the movies worked as far as production goes. Because obviously
Right.
with sequels,
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
interesting to kind of recapture the magic, especially of a potential $1 billion
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
and also it being a massive franchise, books wise. And also like specifically the last movie that they made. Why what went
Why was that the
wrong
last
on
one?
that movie?
Right.
Yeah.
That it kinda
Now,
fell off.
one last question before moving to plot.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
did this movie come out?
2005.
2005. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was 4. We were all 4, right?
Yeah,
I
we
was,
were
I was
4.
3.
You were 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a little
okay,
baby.
okay.
So here's my question. When was the first Harry Potter movie?
First Harry Potter movie was, I believe, 2002.
2002.
2001? 2001 or 2002?
So is there a chance this was like
2001.
Disney's version? Like they're like, hey, Harry Potter's huge.
They
we
had to
kind of
get
want
a
our
book.
own.
Yeah.
They took a book
Maybe.
franchise with like kind of magical elements.
Yeah.
That we'll do it
Yeah.
ourselves.
Well, do you know the story about Harry Potter and Disney?
No.
Harry
What?
Potter, Disney was initially going to have the rights to Harry Potter in the theme park.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
What happened?
So they basically, I believe it was J.K. Rowling that went up to Disney, and either she was like, I don't like what you're going to do with it, or like something happened where they ended up just parting ways.
Wow, no
But that was
way.
it was initially going to be excuse me, it was initially going to be that Harry Potter, that whole universe that's in Universal Studios, was going to originally be Disney.
Oh,
Which,
wow.
if that was the case, Universal Studios as a theme park would not exist.
You think
Like,
so?
like it wouldn't. I'm saying like it wouldn't be as popular as it is today because that's their main draw.
True.
Is the Harry
That's
Potter
a huge one.
land?
Yeah.
And that would be crazy if Disney had the rights.
Oh
to
my
that.
god.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what happened. Is J.K. Rowling was kind of auctioning off the book
yeah,
rights for
flip-flopping
theme
a little
parks,
bit.
and then
So where's Narnia World?
Yeah.
I don't
What's
know.
going on, Disney?
I have
going
no
on?
idea. I want to say it's because they never completely
Finished
did the
it.
films.
Yeah, probably.
And I
There
guess
was a-
general interest kind of fell
Yeah.
off. But
Well, there was a couple
know.
scenes in there. I feel like sometimes I watch movies made by Disney or otherwise where I'm
Mhm.
like, this scene was made to be a theme park
yeah,
ride.
100%.
Like the
100%,
scene where
yeah.
they're in
My
the
favorite
river and like the waterfalls coming and
That's
they're like
true. I
flying
didn't
down
think
the
about
river. I
that.
was like, that's a theme park ride.
That's
That's why-
definitely a theme park ride.
that's why I was so disappointed with Disney when Emperor's New Groove came out and they didn't make a theme park ride out of it, because that
Yeah.
easily could have been like one of their
Pull the
greatest
lever, yeah.
attractions. Exactly.
Yeah.
Go on like a
Yeah.
roller coaster through their,
that would be
Yzma's
that would be
lair and
pretty
everything.
cool, actually.
Oh my god, that would have been the best. I'm so sad.
And the whole thing's just weird. The whole legacy of this franchise is weird.
Yeah.
Because it
Mhm.
should be Harry Potter level.
Mm-hmm.
It was just not. I don't know
No.
why,
Yeah.
though. It's just,
What happened?
yeah, what happened? It's
I
just
don't know.
often forgotten. No one really talks about it.
Yeah. Sad.
Except
Anyways.
for Greta Gerwig.
Except for Greta Gerwig.
She loves
She's
this
talking
movie.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be its redemption.
Maybe.
Greta Gerwig comes back,
Maybe.
fixes it
Possible.
up.
Anyways, going into the plot of this epic
Good
movie.
luck,
Yes.
Nick. Good luck.
We open immediately with World War II.
Dog.
Yeah, but last
We
movie you
gotta talk
ever
about
expect
this.
to open with a war scene. I was like, whoa.
Similar
I was
to how
like-
Jack Skellington gets gunned down by the
Yeah.
military in
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I forgot that this is how the movie opened.
I was
Yeah.
convinced I put that on the wrong movie.
Same.
It's startling. It's very
also
startling.
strange because usually Disney will have a thing of like the little title card before of like this movie
Like a
contains
warning?
Yeah, no, none of that.
war
Nothing.
scenes. Nothing.
There's an air raid from World War II in the opening of this movie.
Bombing, like...
That's insane.
It's not even animation either. It's live action people getting bombed.
Getting bombed in World War II.
Welcome to the movie.
And yeah, more specifically, it's a German attack on the UK.
Yes.
So that's where we're at right now. And Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy, which are 4 main characters, they're all siblings, and their mom take cover in a bomb shelter, and we find out that their dad is gone, fighting in the war, potentially no longer alive.
We're not sure,
kind of
right?
unclear.
We don't really get confirmation.
That's true.
But one of the kids goes back, grabs a picture of him almost dies.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that happened, too.
Yes.
You said there was 4 kids? I just remember the one girl. I don't know
what
the other ones are. Yeah. Were there other characters in this movie?
Absolutely in love with.
Yeah. There was Susan and then the lion, and then the movie ended.
Yeah.
And then Edmund.
Edmund, right.
And then the other 2 don't exist, even though Lucy's probably arguably the main character.
Yeah.
She's definitely the main character, yes. Her or Peter. It's definitely not my girl.
No, it's neither of the 2 that you like.
The traitor and then like the bow and arrow girl.
Yes, but the kids are put on a train to a different town for safety.
Yes.
Their mom ships them off. And they
Which
wind
is
up...
historically accurate, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe that happened.
guess so.
Yeah.
I think they like sent
I
the
don't
children out of the cities.
Yeah.
To
But
Narnia.
It doesn't really
to
make
Narnia,
sense to
yeah.
me because, like, why wouldn't the mom also go?
That's what I
like,
was
I don't know,
is she just
yeah.
gonna die?
Yeah.
And she's
I
just
don't
like,
know.
bye, kids.
See, I was confused by that,
don't
but I
get
was
it.
like, I'm sure this actually happened in real life.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like a plot hole. I think it's just...
No, it's definitely not a plot hole. It's
Yeah.
just I'm more questioning history.
Yeah, we're
Why-
questioning
why-
like the politics.
Yeah,
the real life. Why are you?
We're getting political, and I
just-
can't believe this got greenlit
Yeah.
today.
Like what? You want to get the money from your house? Like your house is gonna be gone in a
Yeah,
day.
maybe.
Like, it's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
be
know.
exploded. Like you're just,
No, man, Alakazam will come and
I don't
save the
know.
day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
comes out of the
Alakazam,
wardrobe.
the
I gotta
lion.
go save the UK from Germany. I gotta go save the UK from Hitler. Let's
That's
not
how it was
worry about
defeated.
the
It was
White
Alakazam.
Witch.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's the sequel.
That's the sequel.
What, Hitler?
No.
We
What a
jump
quote.
back to reality.
There's no Narnia at all in the third one.
No.
Just World
It's-
War II.
Yeah, it's purely just they bring
still
all
going.
the beavers and everything
Yeah,
all
to
into the
the
real
war.
world. and
Yeah. That's
they
how
fight
the
all
Allied powers
Germans.
won.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're put on a train to a different town for safety, and they wind up at Professor Diggory Kirk's house. I
That's
had to
his
look
name?
up that name because I didn't know. It was just a funny guy who I'm pretty sure the actor's also in Harry Potter.
Oh,
Really?
I'm fairly certain. I cannot for the life of me remember who he was, but the way he spoke and the way that he looked, I was like, I am pretty sure that guy's also in Harry
The
Potter.
energy.
It is the energy.
He's got
It absolutely
Potter
is the
energy to
Yeah.
him. Now, do we know how they know this professor guy?
Never
No.
It
explained.
was never
No.
explained, right?
Never explained.
No.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
kept waiting for that.
And they've
Like,
never met him before, right? They're
No.
just kind of like there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, they get picked up by the like maid of the house,
Yeah.
and she's not the nicest person in the world.
Yes.
I forgot she was in this movie.
Yeah,
I'm
she
not gonna
basically
lie.
tells them like, don't mess anything up in the house. He's like a well-known professor. I'm convinced that they don't actually know them. And then the lady was just like, I'm
Right.
gonna pick up these kids. Let's go.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a weird theory
random-
going on with this movie.
Exactly. They just never explain it, even though it takes them like an hour and 15 minutes to get to Narnia.
Which,
Yeah.
well,
But nothing's ever explained. Yeah, but his house, like I said, the professor's house is massive. And they're just kind of told not to disturb the professor, not to
Yeah.
go into his office, whatever.
why we don't know.
No
but-
idea.
Mm-mm.
And the kids are bored, and they play a game of hide and seek, and that's when Lucy kind of decides to hide in a
In
wardrobe,
the wardrobe.
which she hides in the wardrobe, and she backs up, and she ends up in snow and trees, and she ends up in Narnia. And
Yeah.
this is where, again, I took notes after like 45 minutes, and this
Yeah.
is the best
This is-
way I could describe it.
Yeah.
I'm being efficient on this episode.
Yeah.
You're cruising. You're
I know.
cruising.
Yes, and at this point, she is in the snow-filled forest of Narnia.
And she's notably like not concerned at all.
No,
by the way,
not
she
at
just
all.
sort of is like, oh, okay,
Cool.
this is
Yeah.
it.
I'm here now.
Although
Yeah.
she is the youngest, and I'm sure that she has the most kind of imagination.
Right,
and
right.
Kind of
Belief,
Hope that,
yes.
Exactly. Hope that this place exists to kind of get out of the miserable, boring life that they're living
Yeah.
in.
Of World War II.
Yeah.
But yes, and she runs into, so she gets to like a lamppost and then runs into.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Do we
kind
know
of like
why
the
it's a
main-
lamppost?
Well, it's for the ending. That's what I'm convinced. It's like the place that they just find. Because
But,
then
like,
at the
couldn't
end,
that have been like a notable tree? Like, why
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
it a lamppost?
It could have been anything.
Why is it like an
I,
Earth thing?
I don't actually know. I'm
Yeah,
not
they
sure.
don't explain that.
Although, yeah.
Now that we talk about it, I'm like, wait, does this movie make sense at all?
I don't know. I mean, no, because they go through a closet and go to another dimension.
I'm okay.
Right.
I've done that before. It happens, but
That's realistic. But
Yeah.
talking beavers, not so much. Lampposts in the
Yeah,
snow.
well,
not
why
so
is
much.
it
That's
a
the problem.
lamppost?
Yeah, I don't know. And that fire never goes out.
And yeah, that's
Who's
true.
tending to the
There's a lot
fire?
there's a lot of weird details in this movie. I mean, it's 2.5 hours. So
Also,
like,
where did Aslan go? Because basically later
Oh,
it's
he just
explained
left.
that like he's been gone, and in the we'll get to the prophecy, but in the
Yeah.
prophecy, basically it's like, hey, when these 4 kids show up and this lion comes back, like the winter
Everything's
will go away.
fixed.
But
Yeah.
where is the lion? Like, where did he go?
and by the end, he leaves again. He just
Yeah.
disappears.
Where's he
Spoiler alert
going?
for Narnia?
I'm telling you, he's going back to fight Hitler.
He's
That's
going
not-
into Harry Potter world. That's what he's going. He's going to be part of the Gryffindor
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, true.
These
Yeah.
other
Oh, I could see
previous
that.
You know what
Right.
he is? He's in one of the pictures that they're there and then they leave. You know what I
Yes,
mean in Harry
yes.
Potter?
Yeah.
So he's switching from
He goes
Narnia,
Yes.
to
Harry Potter.
He's
Exactly.
busy. Okay?
Universal to Disney. I
We
can
figured
see
it out.
Yeah.
We figured it out. Also, forgot this was on Disney Plus, and I was like rampantly searching for this movie, like on the internet, and then I was like, oh,
It's on Disney Plus.
right,
Oh, okay, I have a weird question for both of you.
yeah.
Though I know you watched on your TV, right?
Yes.
Did you watch it on your computer?
I watched the first half on my computer. No, I watched the first third on my computer, the second third on my TV, and the third on my computer.
Okay.
Because I did it over the course of like 8 hours.
Okay. That was a strange answer, but
So yes, some of the movie I did watch on my TV.
okay, this is kind of a question for everybody.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a weird thing where this movie was beyond quiet?
No.
No?
No.
Did you have that issue?
No.
For some reason, I don't know.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah,
over
I know.
here.
maybe.
Now I'm worried it's like a my computer issue. I thought it was a Disney Plus
Were
issue.
you just gonna roast the audio mix?
Yeah.
No. The thing is, I had my computer fully cranked with like good headphones in, and I
Sure.
couldn't hear a word they were saying.
Oh no, that was
To the point where I was
definitely
like-
your headphones.
I must have been, but I was like poor Disney Plus. I'm out of here, and then I legally downloaded it, and it was much better. I could hear
What?
every word.
Oh, so maybe it was.
I'm
maybe it
convinced
was.
it was a Disney Plus. I don't know.
Maybe it was just a technical error. On,
It
like,
must
your
have been.
computer
I didn't know if
with
it was a Disney Plus thing
specifically.
or it was just a me thing.
I thought you were just gonna say like, no wonder why they won only for hair
Yeah.
or makeup.
They want a
They won
Razzie
for-
for sound.
Exactly. But yes, so a fawn by the name of Mr. Tumnus,
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy, the
Shirtless
famous
James McAvoy.
swearer on set. Also,
apparently.
I could picture him in that outfit, just swearing like a sailor. I think
Yeah, I
that's
can
so
too.
funny.
Yeah.
Like in the snow, in the get up,
His
and he's
scarf.
Just, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
His
yeah.
scarf.
The little ears. I don't know
Yeah.
if those are CGI, but whatever. Yeah. So he befriends her and then brings her back to his little like cave and is like, "Welcome to Narnia. How do you not know about this?" And then he plays her like a lullaby thing on his little flute.
Mhm.
And she like passes out. Also,
Mm-mm.
this sounds really strange as I'm explaining.
Well,
it. Like
okay.
really like
I have to stop you for a second.
Yeah.
Because it seemed strange when I was watching it.
Well,
I don't know if you guys got
that too. It felt.
Well, he like kidnaps her.
Yeah.
And then like
Kidnaps her and drugs her.
yeah.
I was gonna say it's yeah.
Like,
it's
like
very
I remember watching
Dahmer-esque.
and being like, oh, I don't like this at
Yeah.
all.
Well, and
Like
that's
this is
why
so
when
creepy.
I was younger, is everybody sort of harps on Edmund for being the bad character, but like he was kind of like, oh, why are we defending this guy who like kidnapped our
Yes.
sister, and
Yeah.
no one questions him on
Drugged
that
her,
one.
kidnapped.
She wakes up and he's like cowering, really
Yeah.
oddly
Dark.
placed
Yeah.
in the corner.
I
so
hate it.
strange.
And it got to a point where I'm gonna skip a little bit ahead for plot just for a second.
Please, we have time.
But he basically drugs her and kidnaps her.
Yeah.
And then when she wakes up, he's like, hey, I just sold you out. They're hunting you down.
Yeah.
And
My bad, yeah.
My bad. And she like escapes.
yeah.
And for some reason, she's all eager to go back.
Yeah,
I
and
was
she's
so
totally on his
confused.
side as well.
Yeah,
She's
she's
like
my
my
good
best
friend,
friend.
and I
Yeah.
love Narnia. I'm like, would you not? What just happened? You guys like,
Well, that's something that would like only happen with like the youngest sibling in this situation.
that's true.
Like if any of the other siblings went through that, they'd be like, "Oh no, no,
No.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I got
Yeah.
kidnapped, drugged, and hunted.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
This guy sold me.
They're like
Yeah.
they're locking the wardrobe
Right.
at
And
the
yeah,
end of
for
the
the
movie.
first time I took notes, and I said, why does this girl want to go back? She got drugged and kidnapped last time. Then someone was hunting her. ... What's going on? I don't
crazy.
get it.
It's crazy because he basically wakes up, and again, no one really knows how long she's passed out for, but
Right.
she wakes up and he's basically like
It was hours, wasn't it?
explains it, but in those hours he's like, oh, I did something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that was
then-
the creepiest line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like, what are you
yeah.
gonna do? He's like, not something I'm gonna do. I'm doing.
I'm
I was
doing
like,
it.
oh.
Like, I sold you that. Yeah, it's very strange. And then basically he kind of realizes what he did, and he's like, I don't want to be this bad guy, even though what he did was horrible. And then he kind of escorts her back to the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Then she goes
They
back.
like fully sprint back. As
Yeah.
close as
So
being
he
polite.
does a total 180 after
Yes.
committing like the worst crime imaginable.
He just said this
It's
kid's
like
deaf.
horrible. Yeah. But yes. And so he basically explains that the White Witch, which is like the main villain, or I guess technically she's the queen of Narnia, but like she's
Kind of?
not really.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like forcefully the
Anyways,
queen.
he explains to her that like the queen is out to like capture humans, and if he finds any humans, that he has to deliver them to her. And later we find out that it's because of the prophecy, and she knows about the prophecy, and she doesn't want her never-ending winter to go away because it's
Yes.
winter forever there. There's no
Mhm.
Christmas. It's very sad. It's all madness.
There's no Christmas, but there is someone
There is someone
related,
Yeah.
which we'll get to.
Yes, and it's not Jack Skellington. Yes. So she gets back, and when she tells the others about her finding, also I forgot to say, no time has passed since
Oh yeah,
like she
Yeah.
left the wardrobe. That's
Yeah,
Right,
she-
in the
she-
real world.
In the
Yeah.
real world,
She's
yes.
been drugged for hours, but
right.
in the real
She's
world,
gone
she's
for hours.
fine, yeah.
She comes back, and then she's like, "Hey, I've been gone for hours," and they're like, "No, you weren't. You were gone for like a second."
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's very important for later. And when she tries to show the others her findings, there is no portal in the wardrobe, and they do not believe her, and rightfully so.
Now,
Yeah.
do we know why this portal turns on and off, and who for?
No.
Or what?
Never explained.
Never,
Mm-mm.
right?
Mm-mm.
Again, I don't know if it's a thing where they kind of have to backtrack and explain it in the second, third, and fourth, and however many more movies there
could
are.
be.
Right.
Yeah.
But in this one, a lot goes unexplained.
Yeah.
sort
Because they
of
just have
like
to
a-
get to the
Yeah, it's like
Point.
belief. Like they have to
guess.
believe
Kind
in
of,
it.
it's like the
Yeah.
Polar Express.
Yeah.
It's like the bell, you only hear the bell when you believe. I don't know.
But that's also what's so weird about this movie is so much has to go unexplained because they have to like get to the point. But it's
It's
two
also
and a half hours
They
long.
had so much time and they didn't explain anything.
Anything. Like what
Yeah.
happened?
I don't know. It's very, very strange. But yeah, so then eventually Lucy returns to the wardrobe, and her brother Edmund follows her, only to encounter the White Witch.
Yeah,
Mm.
this
So
is
he
where
comes
Ruby
in.
started to really pay attention to the movie.
Please, please.
It's where I started to pay attention for something that's about to happen, and
Oh.
oh my god. Okay, let me get to this.
Okay.
So he encounters the White Witch. Lucy's off doing her own thing, and she gives him. She basically like, what do you want? Like what? Like would you want
Oh,
food,
right.
drink, whatever. So this is where I started getting real excited because she gives him
Excited.
cocoa
Oh,
Right.
that was
Hot cocoa.
good. Yeah.
and Turkish delight,
Yeah.
which is like a little like raspberry
Yeah.
filling, whatever.
Now, has anybody tried Turkish delights?
No,
They're gross.
What does it really?
sure.
I hate them.
I was gonna say,
Is
what
it
does
like a
it
jelly
taste like?
donut?
It looks like jelly. Yeah.
It's almost just like a congealed jam,
Yeah,
like less liquidy jam.
yeah. It doesn't seem like it would taste good
No.
now as an adult. But this is what I was getting at: is that when I was younger, that cocoa and Turkish delight looked like the best meal
Really?
on the planet.
Yeah.
And like as soon as I saw it in this rewatch, I was like, "Oh my god!" Everything came back to me, and I was like, "This is this is amazing."
Oh, see, I was upset.
It looked so tasty, and I don't know. This is gonna sound really weird, but just stick with me here.
Yeah.
I feel like again, really strange, but in every like war film, and I guess like technically this is a war film, but like in every war film, the second they get like a little bit of food, like bread, it looks like the greatest meal. on
Yeah,
earth.
yeah,
Just because obviously they've been deprived of it, and you know
They're
that
so
like they are
starved.
starving for that.
yeah.
And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just because they never really showed them eating a lot in this movie, but up until that point, like that was the
I think
case
you're just
for me.
hungry when you watch this
I think
movie.
it was. You're probably right. But by the time I saw that, I was like, oh my god! Like it all
No.
came back to me, and I was like, that looks like the best hot cocoa I've ever
I
tasted.
was furious.
It's great.
Because I'm like, this little idiot. No offense. This little idiot.
No, I like the character. I like the character. When I was younger, I was definitely like, oh my gosh, he's so nice. But like, very much child. And like,
Fair,
I just,
yeah.
I empathize with his, I don't know, his character development. I think this movie does a really good job of like, you understanding character motivations and like empathizing with them. I don't know.
That is true.
I
I do.
thought
I
so.
do love our 4 main crew. Like
Yeah.
the
Pretty
kids, you know what I
solid,
mean?
yeah.
They do a really good job. I'll be honest.
Yeah, for a group of 4 main characters, they all pull their weight. I think they
Yes.
all
Yeah,
have really
they
interesting
do.
qualities about them.
Especially the bone arrow girl. My
Sure.
girl.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Sure. She's definitely
They're
not the
all
least
they're all
developed of
very
the 4.
distinct without I don't know, like they gel well while still being different. I don't know,
Yeah,
it's
they
just a
did.
good
That's true.
job.
They did a good job like casting. For
Yes.
sure.
They're good at being siblings.
They have a good.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They honestly are like, very
great.
good at being
They
siblings.
look similar as well.
right.
Well,
Strange.
there's the one kid who has blonde hair, and the rest of them are
Yeah.
like brunettes.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not adopted.
You're-
Sure.
Just the weird.
You're definitely one of the brothers.
Yeah, weird biology. I don't know.
But I was anyway. Point is, I was very upset because I'm like, this kid had a chance to ask for any food under the sun.
Oh,
and
right.
he goes for Turkish delights?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the matter with
It
you?
also just might be a cultural thing because people in the UK have a very different taste than we do just because of their...
Ask for a Cadbury or something.
meal.
I don't know.
I don't
Jaffa
know, man.
cake.
You never know. A lot of people don't like milk duds.
We did a
both like
semester
milk
abroad,
duds.
and milk duds are very good. That's
Exactly.
true.
A lot of people hate them. You know what I mean? Like if you were to ask
what-
any candy,
What
I
would
would
an
say
American
milk
child ask for?
duds. Milk duds.
Okay.
No, I don't know. That would be mean. Then I'd regret
Skittles.
it immediately. Yeah, Skittles.
Here's a
violently
question.
ill.
If you guys had this chance, what are you going for?
Oh.
Lobster roll.
You would go for a real meal?
What would you go for?
I think I'd probably go like snacks or something.
I would no.
You
well,
would go for a giant lobster roll?
not giant, just like a little one. A
You
baby
go for
lobster
little.
roll.
Why little? You have a chance to get
So
a
you're
massive
roasting
lobster
me
roll?
for having a massive lobster roll, and then you're roasting me for having a tiny lobster roll. Which one is
Okay,
it?
I'm moving on from you. Ruby, what would you pick?
I don't
Any
know. I've
food
never
under the
really
sun.
thought about it. I feel like they're in this like winter wonderland. Definitely something warm.
It has
Maybe
to
like
be, yeah,
mac
that's
and
true.
cheese.
Hot
Whole lobster
pocket.
roll.
Oh, you're a
Hot
monster.
pocket.
No, you know what? Any
Meatball
of
and
the
Parmesan hot pocket.
any of the food in Harry Potter, when like
Right.
all of the food appears on that
We do
table.
a crossover.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
There you go. That can work.
It feels like these movies have a lot in common. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure
kind
that
of.
was on purpose, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But anyways, in this conversation, when she's like giving him all the riches and everything, she promises him that he will have kingship if he brings the rest of his family to the witch. Like if he basically sacrifices them, without really her saying that, but that's pretty much the deal. And yeah, Lucy and Edmund reunite and go back home, and Edmund lies about Narnia because he's
Messed
like,
up.
I don't like Lucy.
That's why.
Yeah, I don't like Lucy.
He's probably got a crush
Um,
on the other girl.
Yeah,
I'm right
maybe.
with him.
Oh, the White Witch?
Or
his
her.
sister?
I meant
Or
the
his sister.
sister.
Well.
That's insane.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
This movie just takes another step in the wrong direction. Just another crime, 2 crimes back to back. It's horrible. But yeah, so he says it wasn't real, and then they run into Professor Kirk, and he suggests that she might be telling the truth, she being Lucy.
Yeah.
And the next day, the kids are playing, I think it's cricket, right?
Of course it
No.
is.
They
It's
hit the
most
ball
British
and-
thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen. in my
I'm
life,
like
yeah.
99% sure.
Yeah,
it's
they're
cricket.
outside playing cricket.
It's such a
Yeah.
British
It
movie.
is.
And Edmund hits the ball through a window, very similar to Harry Potter, where they hit the quaffle or whatever.
That's true. Yeah.
And destroys one of Professor Kirk's artifacts. I think it's like a statue or like a suit of armor.
Yes.
Why he has it,
Um,
we don't know.
No idea.
He's a
And-
professor, okay?
Yeah. That covers a lot, so it's okay. And they're chased by the scary maid lady, and they all hide in the wardrobe, and they end up in Narnia again. How this activates at this
Don't
point,
know.
no idea.
No
but
clue.
all 4 of them end up there.
And at this point, you're like a good hour into the
Easily,
movie. Like we've
yeah.
just
1,000%.
solidly
'Cause I
landed in
remember like
Narnia.
checking it when
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my, we're 50 minutes into this thing. And they finally all just got here. That's in a usual Greenlit movie. First 5 minutes, they're all in Narnia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's all plot, no like.
There's no,
play.
yeah, we gotta go. There's
Yeah.
no time for character development here. We
It's
gotta go.
crazy. But yeah, so they all take in the beauty of and wonder of the place, and eventually find a piece of paper that says Tumnus has violated law under the White Witch, and Lucy wants to go save him. So she explains that Tumnus
For some
is
reason.
her friend for whatever reason.
Who
And-
drugged and kidnapped her?
Exactly. And then they all make it a point to go out of their way and save this guy who was a villain.
Yeah.
It was a monster.
Yes.
And they run into a beaver, and and he and his wife tell them about the prophecy.
Oh,
that
they speak
are-
English as well,
Yeah,
by the
full
way.
fluent
Yeah.
English.
Yes.
Every single person here basically.
Animal here.
Sorry,
Yes.
yes, you're so right.
Nick,
Come
come on.
you for correcting me. It's like a Disney movie. Well, it literally is Disney.
It is
It is
What
a
am I
Disney
talking?
movie.
I'm convinced this isn't a Disney movie. But it's they just have talking animals.
I would say
It
this
what
is
it
one where, and not that it didn't hold up that bad,
Yeah.
but like the beavers didn't hold up great.
Eh.
Like it was just like the second they came on screen, I was like, oh, they're gonna speak English because they're the most CGI thing I've
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen in my life.
Yeah, they definitely didn't take 10 hours to render.
No,
I'll say that.
no, it's not the lion. No, it's not Alakazam.
But yeah, basically the prophecy states that once, I think I said this before, but Aslan comes back, the lion, and then the 4 kids show up. The never-ending winter will end, and then the White Witch will be destroyed.
Sure, the 2 sons of Adam and
restore-
the 2 daughters of Eve.
There you go. That's exactly it. And they're going to restore peace to Narnia, and that's the prophecy. So that's basically the beavers are just there to explain that.
Yeah.
Um,
Halfway through the movie, we get this.
Yes, exactly. And they also
The
tell the kids
plot.
about Aslan, who is the true king of Narnia, and yeah, he's been away, but he magically is now back.
Sure.
At the exact same time
Sure.
the
Yeah.
kids show up, and it's perfect timing, perfect for the movie's plot. And
Again, halfway in, so
yes.
I don't know about perfect timing. But
yeah, it's convenient for the people in the movie.
Yes.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and then in the middle of this conversation, they turn around and Ruby's boyfriend is gone.
Please. I regret ever sharing this childhood crush.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah.
Sorry,
Edmund,
Ruby's husband.
husband, fiance. Edmund, yeah, he makes his way to the castle and runs into a wolf who escorts him to the White Witch.
Who also speaks English.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
And he basically is like, you know what? My family's lame. I'm going to go be a king. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he goes
of
up
course.
to the witch and he's like, I want more Turkish delight. That's all his eyes are set.
Yes.
I know.
He's so
Which, like, if it was any other
passionate.
candy, I'd respect that.
Yeah, yeah.
But Turkish dog, your whole family for Turkish delights, you could do better.
Also, for some reason, this time around, I thought that Turkish delight was just like a really good like turkey recipe, just because it just says Turkish in it. So when he said that, I was like, oh, gnarly! It's gonna be like Harry Potter, where it's like this big like.
Wait, your
turkey
brain
thing.
didn't go to like the country. Your brain went to like the
No,
food.
like the food. Yeah,
Is it because it's November? Be honest.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm like so looking forward to Thanksgiving. But yeah, and then when it like was like these little jelly donuts.
Yeah, they're gross.
I was like, dang.
Wow. Yeah.
I
They're
was like,
so net.
it's fine.
Exactly.
No, I know, but then I remembered specifically the cocoa as a kid. I was like, oh, it's like in like a chalice.
The
It was
cocoa got
awesome.
you.
Yeah, it was great.
I love how you were in love with one of the brothers. I was in love with one of the sisters.
I was in
You
love
were
with the cocoa.
Yeah.
Very different priorities here.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, it was great. I think I was too young. Spy Kids wasn't out yet. Actually, wasn't
Yes,
Spy
it
Kids
was.
2005 also?
Yeah. I think Spy Kids was out.
Yeah,
It was a
fine.
year later.
But yeah, so she freaks out, the White Witch, when he gets there, and imprisons Edmund with Tumnus. When she finds out that Edmund didn't bring his family, so she's like, "Why did you not bring them? This is your only job." And he's like, "I want more Turkish delight."
This is, by the way, when I started noticing a theme with this movie
Mhm.
that's even more prevalent when it comes to like the big ending action scene
Mhm.
is think about the beginning as well. This movie weirdly has so much like violence against little kids. We're
Yeah.
kidnapping them, drugging
Yeah.
them. When kids get stabbed in the chest, like it's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
100%.
I'm like, this is Disney? With
it's
World War II
brutal.
and a kid murder.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
It's not one of the ones that Disney buried either. They were
No,
just like, this
it's
is
not.
our
Greta
most
Gerwig's bringing it back.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I
yeah.
love it though. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no,
yeah. I
it's
think
a
more
nice
kid
change of
death than
pace
Disney
for,
movies
for
yeah.
Disney and also the show. But yeah, and then she sends her wolf pack to find the family. And you know they eventually find them, but they're saved by a fox, which is great.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fox.
And the White Witch chases after the kids herself with her. Are they the wolves at that point or the polar bears? I can't remember because at one point they switch and like the polar bears are
Oh yeah, they do
leading her
switch.
sleigh. I don't know. Anyways, and Edmund sees that she turned Tumnus into a statue because he was being a naughty little boy and didn't bring his family to
Ooh, okay.
sacrifice.
I don't like the phrasing of that. But
It's fine. Then, I think Pelton's favorite part of the movie happens where
Dude, this-
the kids run
this-
into an icon named specifically after me, actually, if you read the history. St. Nicholas himself shows up, Santa Claus. And it's the most adorable moment in the whole movie. Where
Yeah.
so stunned.
he's like this beacon of hope. It's like the sun is setting behind him. He's
Right,
like
right.
glowing. And then he has like his, sack of toys and everything. And he's like, I got you gifts. And he's just like so angelic and everything.
So
And the
weird.
gifts, by the way, are weapons. Yes.
Swords and bow and arrows
Yeah,
and
the kids are like,
daggers.
oh,
He gives
I
like a
kinda wanted-
4-year-old a dagger.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I wanted a teddy bear. No.
No.
Yeah.
Dagger and
no.
healing potion.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
I'm this is if you know what it feels like if Santa Claus popped up in Harry Potter,
Yeah.
I'd be like, you got lazy and couldn't come up with an original character.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
threw in Saint Nick because you didn't know
Right.
what to do.
Right.
I want to point out, I almost never take notes for this movie. I was actively taking notes during this,
Uh-huh.
and this is the last note I had.
Okay.
And I have to kind of censor because we're on air. But I put, did Santa Claus just show up in this movie with 3 exclamation marks?
Yeah.
And then I quit taking notes.
Yeah.
Because I was so blown away by this.
They set it up though. They were like, no Christmas.
No,
Yeah,
no.
what was this? It was
there's
a plot
difference.
point. It was
And
a
then-
plot point.
Don't you
Yeah,
dare.
It was
was a plot
always
point.
winter and never Christmas.
Never
And so the
Christmas.
fact that there's Christmas means that like the
It's over. He
season is
showed up.
progressing. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this
Come
is
on,
weird.
you gotta think about it.
No, it's weird, but it works.
I don't think it worked.
I think it does.
When he showed up, he's like, "What's up? I'm Santa Claus." I'm like, "No."
And then
no.
he gives them the gifts that they need to defeat the White Witch. It's perfect.
He gets the Wanderer to do it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
No spoilers for our feature-length animated film coming soon.
Yeah.
That
That joke will make sense 7 years from now.
7 years from now, maybe 20. Who knows? But yeah, Lucy gets a healing potion and a dagger.
Sure.
Susan
That's
gets a
what I got
bow
when
and
I turned 4.
arrows and a horn that will call for help whenever she needs it. And Peter gets a sword and a shield, and Edmund gets nothing
I
because
was
he's
gonna
gone.
say Edmund
Oh,
gets
yeah.
nothing. Edmund
He
gets
gets
kidnapped.
coal.
Yeah.
He gets kidnapped.
It's like the joke where it's like I ate sleep for dinner. He got kidnapped.
He got kidnapped for Christmas.
Yeah. He got cold.
Yeah, they got cold.
Poor kid. I do feel bad for this kid. He's kind of like, they do paint him as the villain. I feel bad. I get
Yeah,
it.
he's just a kid. He can't help himself. But yes, so they narrowly escape the wolves and they make it to Aslan and his army, who prepare for war. And Peter kills a wolf and is knighted by Aslan. I'm skipping over a little
Yeah.
bit, but essentially that's what happens.
Yeah.
He kind of accidentally kills a wolf. He kind of falls on the sword.
Yeah.
But
It's
I'm like,
heroic,
all right.
but you know.
Yeah, then he walks around like, I got my first kill. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, buddy.
And then Aslan knights him and all that stuff. And they infiltrate the witch's camp and rescue Edmund,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
is like awesome, but also like they never talked about planning it. They just
Nope.
showed up.
Yeah,
Like,
just
that was
go for it.
It was
Yeah.
so
Sure, why not?
It was crazy. But yeah. And then they all train for battle, and Aslan delivers himself to the witch as a sacrifice for Edmund, which also is fully unnecessary.
Yeah.
And
I was a
and
little
she
confused by
kills
that,
him,
but
and the kids realize that they have to fight without him. And everyone gears up for battle, and they meet in an open valley, and battle commences.
and then it becomes Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Which, when I was a kid, so epic.
This was
This was
rad.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
To
was like
this day, it's
Braveheart
really
for
cool.
little kids. Like it was
Exactly.
the coolest thing ever.
Exactly. And it's a big epic battle, and in the middle of it, Aslan returns? Question mark? Like he just
Sure.
is
Comes
there now.
back to life.
Yeah,
why not?
alive and well because he had done no wrong and
Well,
sacrificed
yeah.
himself. It's like in the prophecy,
Nick, it's-
apparently.
everyone knows if you get sacrificed on the traitor table, but you're not a traitor, you come back to life.
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah.
Well, I was gonna say total religious undertones that I didn't get at all
Oh,
when I was a
100%.
kid. I didn't get it at all, and I was watching
Yeah.
it now, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
There's also like the Adam and Eve stuff they keep
Yeah,
dropping.
yeah.
Like, there's some
Saint
weird.
Nick.
Yeah, Saint,
It's just like
yeah,
all
that's
the-
true.
yeah.
There's a lot of weird religious
All
stuff going on in this movie.
Yeah, wild. But yeah, so Aslan, along with Lucy, Susan, and plenty of backup, come to help the rest of the army in their battle, just as Edmund steps in and saves Peter from the witch,
Yes.
and she stabs him
She stabs him in the chest.
in the chest. And Peter
A little
gets all
6-year-old boy.
upset because his brother is dead or just like injured, I guess, at that
Yeah.
point. I
They're
don't know.
concerned.
Dying.
Concerned, yeah. And Peter's fighting off the witch, and Aslan comes in, kills her, and the war ends. She's dead, and everything goes back to normal. Lucy heals Edmund with the potion that Santa gave her magically, and she just waits to use it, and she's like, "Oh, convenient."
And she gives him like one stingy
One
drop.
tiny
By the
drop,
way,
I know.
I was like,
It's the most
not
powerful
anymore.
potion of
Yeah.
all time. And
He's
the
like, can you
four
give me more of that,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not enough.
I'm in pain. And yeah, the four kids are made royalty in Narnia. They're kings and queens.
She was always my queen the whole movie. So
Yeah,
no
all
difference
right,
for me.
all right. Yeah, and yeah, 15 years then go by, and the four are still kings and queens of Narnia, and they're riding around
And
on
did you
horses.
catch, by the way? Okay, so the casting for them as adults was for the most part pretty good,
Mm.
but my girl, all of a sudden her eyes just aren't blue.
Yeah, it
Oh, I
happens.
didn't even
Hang on
notice
a minute,
that.
because I
It
thought it was the
happens.
little girl.
Only you noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No one else is
You
gazing
were
into
so
her eyes. Yeah.
focused, so focused on it.
Those aren't the right shade of blue, Narnia.
Yeah.
And they stumble across the lamppost from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
And Lucy's intrigued, and the others follow her, and they find their way back to the wardrobe and exit as children, as if no time had passed from when they entered. And then Professor Kirk asks what they were doing in the wardrobe, and Peter responds by saying he wouldn't believe them if they told him. And he said, "Try me," and then all is well in the world, and the
Yeah.
movie ends. That is Narnia,
That is Narnia.
and that's it. Ruby, we don't have a lot of time, but what are your final thoughts? Did it hold up? What'd you
Well,
think?
Oh, fine. Okay. I mean, I think it held up in certain ways. I think I had a lot less patience for the runtime as I probably did as a child.
Mhm.
Fair.
But I think like quality wise, it's like a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
It's a good
Definitely.
winter movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. You enjoyed it this watch?
Yeah, I had a
Nice.
good time.
Okay. Interesting. Helen?
Kind of same.
Yeah.
It was actually better than I thought it would be, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I think the first 40 minutes are pretty slow. The runtime
Yeah.
can be kind of tough in
Yeah.
certain areas, but held up pretty well, surprisingly. I was a fan.
Yeah, I agree. I think my favorite part of the movie is how sweet the children are. They're just
Yeah.
like the cutest
Yeah.
little. They're just the best. I love them so much. And I thought, yeah, again, like you guys said, it's a little slow at points. But I think overall it held up pretty well.
Yeah.
And the witch weirdly was a lot less scary than I remember. I remember being really scared of her as a kid, and for whatever reason, it just didn't come across the same.
Oh,
now.
really?
I don't know. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how next week's episode holds up, because I was terrified of that as well. We'll get to that next week. Yes. One last note on Narnia. I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but I can't believe this got greenlit. Yes. Yeah. Thank you all for listening. Ruby, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
This
for
was so
having
much
me. It
fun.
was so
An
much fun.
incredible episode. We were so happy to have you in the studio on the show and to talk about this movie. This is very fun. Yes, thank you all for listening. Tune in next week for Pan's Labyrinth, as we teased earlier, with Andy Hopley. We're so excited to have him on the show and so excited to talk about that movie. Maybe, kind of.
We'll see you next week.
All right. We will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.